Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. We got some racing here and we're going to be live at Martinsville, Virginia for the Goodies 500. And let's get down here to the track and take a look at the starting grid. And on the pole is going to be the 42 of Cal Petty. Surprise outside pole sitter is the 66 of Hensley. Starting third is Harry Gann in the 33. Starting fourth is Mast in the 1. Starting fifth is Irvin in the 4. Sorry about that. Starting fourth is fifth is Irvin in the 4. Starting sixth is Cope in the 10. Starting seventh is Jeffrey Bodine in the 15. Starting eighth is Wallace in the deuce. Starting ninth is DW Darrell Waltrip in the 17. Starting 10th is Kowicki in the 7. Starting 11th is Earnhardt in the 3. Hi, Tim. Starting 12th is Shepard in the 21. Starting 13th is Jared in the 18. Starting 14th is Martin in the 6. Starting 15th is the King, Frank, in the 43. This is the King's last race here at Martinsville. And I can't remember exactly, but I know he had the record for the most wins at Martinsville. I can't remember exact number. Starting 16th is Elliott in the 11. Starting 17th is Brett Bodine in the 26. Starting 18th is Michael Waltrip in the 30. Starting 19th is Strickland in the 12. Starting 20th is Dave Marcus in the 71. Starting 21st is Rudd in the 5. Starting 22nd is Allison in the 28. Starting 23rd is Sauter in the 89. Starting 24th is Musgrave in the 55. Starting 25th is Hamilton in the 68. Starting 26th is Never Nervous Jeff Purvis in the 26. Starting 27th is going to be Texas Terry Labonte. Starting 28th is Schrader in the 25. Starting 29th is Trickle in the 8. Starting 30th is Sterling Marlin in the 22. And starting 31st is going to be last week's winner, Wally Dallenbach Jr. And let's get this race started, folks. The green flag. We'll have Kyle Petty taking us to the green flag. It's a 26-turn race. Here we go. Oh, exactly, Tim. Made me sick. Just got back into the points pretty good. Now he's 100 and something back. Still, it's less than a race, but yeah. Alrighty, here we go. Turn number 1. And we got a middle group of Star in the middle group. Who's got the Star in the middle group? First up is going to be Hutch Strickland. See if Hutch can get up there. Not with a 2-3-1, he won't. Here comes Michael. Oh, exactly, Frank. Miles the Monster won that race. Wally Dallenbach was the first driver to cross the start-finish line, but the track won that race. And we got a 5-5-2. So Mikey's not going nowhere with that 5. Here comes Brett Bodine with a 5. He's not going nowhere. He needed a 4. Here's Awesome Bill from Dawsonville. And a 3-4-2. And he doesn't get Derek. Derek holds him off. Here comes the King with a star quality with a 2-6-5. And he gets Jeffrey Bodine, goes from 15th up to 7th. Here's Jarrett. And we got a 6. Jarrett's not going nowhere. Here's Morgan Shepherd. I'd like to see the Woods brothers get up there. Now with a 5, he's not. Here's Earnhardt. With a 6-6, not going nowhere. Alan Kowicki. And we lose the dice here. And a 4-4-2. And Ernie Irvin holds him off. And that's it for the star quality. We go to turn number 2 here. And we got a middle group again. This time there's trouble in the middle group. Here we go. Martinsville. Trouble in the middle group. No changes in escape and repair. So Rusty needs a 10 escape. He gets it. DW needs a 9. He gets it. Allen needs a 9. He doesn't get it. Alan Kowicki, the points leader, is involved in the wreck, and the yellow flag is out, folks. Yellow flag is out. Next up is Earnhardt needs a 10. He gets it. Shepard needs a 7. He barely gets it. Jarrett needs a 9. He doesn't get it. Dale Jarrett's involved in the wreck. Next up is Mark Martin needs an 8. He barely gets it with an 8. Jeffrey Bodine needs a 9. He gets it with a 7. Bill needs a 10. And Bill gets it with a 5. Brett Bodine needs a 9. He gets it with an 8. Mikey needs a 7. And he doesn't get it with an 8. He's involved in the wreck. And Hutch Strickland will be the last card, because even if he falls out and wrecks, it's only 4 cards and he needs an 8. And he makes it through. So everybody in the back group will just move up from the bottom. We'll see if these cars can get repaired back here. First up is Michael. He is a D, so it'll take a 8 for him to get back on the track. And he doesn't. Michael Waltrip in the 30 car will finish 31st. First car out of the race. Dale Jarrett is a B. It'll take a 10. Get him back out on the track. And he's back out there. And next is Allen. He needs an 11. Anything but box cars. And he's back out on the track. So that was 2 cautions. So we'll go back to green here, folks, on turn number 5. No, I've never done that, Frank. I've never used the fuel cars. I don't know if that would be with doing just a replay to see how the season goes, if that would change so much with me deciding when and who to do that with, if I would change the season too much or not. Hi, Doug. So I don't use it. I try not to use that much on the strategy part, because like I say, I'm afraid I might play favorites with 40 or 30 some drivers. So here we go, turn number 5. Kyle Petty bringing us back to the green. And we got a bottom group of Star in the bottom group. See if these guys that just wrecked can get out of here. Here's Jarrett. He's got their Star quality. He's not going nowhere with a 6. Here's Alan Kowicki and a 3, 4, 6. And he's going to get Brett Bodine and go from 29th up to 15th. So that wreck didn't hurt Alan much. That's for sure. Here's Sterling Marlin trying to get out of the rear with the gear, not going nowhere with a 6. Kenny Schrader in that Kodiak Bear car. A 5, 3, 1. Probably not going to go nowhere. And no, Jeffrey barely holds him off with that Star quality. Here's Mr. Terry Labonte with a 2, 4, 2. And Bill's going to hold him off. Next up is Bobby Hamilton with a 6, ain't going nowhere. And the last one's Ted Musgrave with a 2, 3, 3. And he's going to get Mark Martin. Ted Musgrave's going to go from 21st up to 12th. And that'll win turn number 5 on to turn 6. And we got a middle group of Smart. Who's Smart back here? First one up's Ricky Rudd, Smart. A 2, 5, 5. And he's going to go from 18th up to 6th. Knocks Derek Cope back. Dave Marcus is Smart in that 71 car. And a 4, 2, 1 ain't getting it done. Here's Allen, just was involved in a wreck, has a chance of getting back up to the top group. Well, getting up to the top group. He hasn't been up there yet. With a 3, 5, 6, and he's going to get her done. Alan Kowicki, like I say, involved in the wreck, is now up to 6th. How about that, folks? Here's Awesome Bill, $1 million Bill in that Budweiser Ford with a 1, 1, 4, and he's going to go from 14th up to 2nd. Knocks Mr. Hensley back to 14th. Here comes Ted Musgrave, just got up here to the middle group. And a 4, 6, 6. He's going to get the king. And he's going to go from 12th up to 7th and knock the king back. Here's Morgan Shepherd. And he's not going nowhere with a 6. Earnhardt. A 3, 4, 6. And he's going to get Swervin' Irvin. Go from 10th up to 5th. Knock Ernie back. And last car that's Smart is Rusty Wallace. And a 2, 6, 1. He's not going nowhere. Here's our first pit stop of the race. Oh, me and you both, Doug. John Wise sent them to me. That is so cool. Really blings it out. I love it. Here we go with the pit stops here on turn 7. And we got a middle group of 1 and 3 switching. Grab a handful of chips here. See if any of these crews can get the job done in the middle group. What the heck's going on here? Sorry about that, folks. A little trouble here at Martinsville is right, Doug. Alrighty, get some chips. And let's see here. First one up is the king. And he needs a 5 to get a chip. And he doesn't get it. Jeffrey Bodine needs a 9. He gets it. Ernie Irvin needs a 6. He doesn't get it. Shepard needs a 7. He gets it done. Rusty needs a 10. I'm sorry, he needs an 8. He gets it done. Aaron Waltrip needs an 8. He doesn't get it with boxcars. Hensley needs a 6. He doesn't get it with a 7. Rudd needs an 8. He gets her done. Hut Strickland needs a 6. He doesn't get it. Marcus needs a 5. He doesn't get it. Cope needs a 6. He doesn't get it. And Davey needs a 10. And Davey gets her done. So a handful of them got chips. The rest of them didn't come through for their guys. Move everybody up and see if anybody can beat Cal Petty out of the pits here. Cal so far has dominated this race. So let every turn. Oh, is that what it is, Tim? I'll have to check it out. Alrighty, let's see if anybody can beat Cal Petty out of the pits here. And a 4-2. And Earnhardt's going to get the lead from Cal Petty here on turn number 7. And we go to turn number 8. And we got a top group. And it's going to be control and a problem. So first we'll do the control. First up is Ted Musgrave. It takes a 5 or a 6 to get Earnhardt. And triple 5s, Ted Musgrave's got a problem. See what kind of problem Ted's got. 36. He's got a vibration. He'll drop down to 20th. At least he's still in the race. Here comes Alan Kowicki. Like I say, was involved in the wreck, trying to get the lead now. And 2, 5, 4. And Earnhardt holds him off. Here comes Cal Petty trying to get the lead back. But he just lost. And a 4-2 ain't happening. Bill Elliott's got 2 chances at Earnhardt. And a 6-3, not the first time. How about the second time? And a 5-4, nope. Here comes Handsome Harry Gant with a 2-4 no. And Rick Mast, the last one here, with a shot at it, not with a 2-2. And let's see who else has the problem. It's going to be poor Dave Marcus with the problem. What kind of problems poor Dave have? A 25. He's got a cooling problem. We're at the beginning of the race. It'll take a 3 for Dave to stay in the race here. And he doesn't. Dave Marcus will be the second car out of the race. He'll finish 30th. Poor Dave qualified good for the second race in a row and has a problem. And we'll see who moves up here to the top and middle group. Jeff Bodine, can he move up? Yes, he can with a chip. There'll be 2 drivers moving up from the bottom group up into the middle. Okay, first up is Mr. Sauter. And he gets it done. How about Jimmy moving up to 18th? Can Mark Martin move up here? No. How about Bobby Hamilton? No. Never Nervous Purvis? No. Terry Labonte? Terry Labonte's going to move up. And we still got 29 cars running, 2 cars out of the race. Earnhardt in the lead, followed by Rick Mass, Harry Gant third, Elliott fourth, Kyle Petty fifth, Kowicki sixth, Jeffrey Bodine seventh, Morgan Shepherd eighth, Rusty Wallace ninth, and rounding out the top 10 is Ricky Rudd. Oh, darn, I'll say. Yeah, that would suck. Yep. Alrighty, we go on to turn number 9. And we got a bottom group of control in the bottom group. First up is Brett Bodine in that Quaker State Ford, a 4.246. And Mr. Rudd is going to have to use his chip to hold him off. And Sterling Marlin, he's up next with a 5.33. And he's going to get Ernie Irvin. He's going to go from 26 up to 13th. Here's Dick Trickle in that Snickers Ford with a 1.41. And Hensley barely holds him off with that control factor. Here's Mark Martin. Can he get that Valvoline Ford up in that middle group with a 4.25? And this time Rudd's not going to be able to hold him off. Mark Martin goes from 21st up to 10th. And last car with control back here is Mr. Musgrave with a 3.55. And he's going to get Derek Cope, go from 20th up to 17th. And that is it for turn number 9. Almost 100 miles done here at Martinsville. Oh, cool, John. Like I say, thanks a lot, John, for the flags. They are awesome, buddy. Show up so nice. I appreciate it. Here we go to turn number 10. And we got a top group of Smart in the top group. Who's going to be Smart? Well, that's right. We had a problem, didn't we? We forgot the problem. And the problem's going to be poor Never Nervous Purvis. 35. What kind of problems he got? He's got a tight problem. Old Jeff will go fall back to 29th. And now we'll have the top group with Smart. Who's Smart up here? Alan Kowicki Smart. And it takes a 4. No, it takes a 5.6 to beat Earnhardt. 5.2, no. Kyle Petty, 2 chances to get the lead back here. And a 5.6, Kyle Petty gets the lead. So far, only 2 guys have held the lead here. Kyle Petty and Earnhardt. 2-car duel. Alrighty. Bill Elliott with a shot here. And it takes a 6 to beat Kyle Petty. And a 4.2 ain't getting it done. Here comes Harry Gant, not Oldsmobile. Wrong 6, 6.4. And Rick Mast. And the Oldsmobile, the teammate, and he's going to get her done. A 3.6. He takes over the lead from Kyle Petty. Here on turn number 10. Alrighty, folks, a new leader here at Martinsville. We go to turn 11. Oh, it's awesome, though. Looks good. Looks good, John. I don't care what it's made out of. Alrighty, turn number 11. And we got another top group. This time we got a problem. Let's see who has the problem. And it's going to be Mr. Purvis again with the problem. 21 this time. That's a cut tire is going to cause a wreck, and the yellow flag comes out. Poor Jeff Purvis into the wall with a cut tire. That brings out the caution, and Jeff will finish 29th in that 51 car. I like old Jeff Purvis. He was one of the good guys. Alrighty, that leaves us with 28 cars running. Rick Mass is in the lead. Kyle Petty second. Gant third. Elliott fourth. Earnhardt fifth. Kowicki sixth. Jeffrey Bodine seventh. Morgan Shepherd eighth. Rusty ninth. And Martin 10th. And here we go. We are now at the halfway point here, folks. Cross flags are out. Cross flags are out, folks, as we come back to the green. And Rick Mass will lead us to the green here on turn 13, halfway through this race. And we got a bottom group of problem in the bottom group. And who's going to have the problem? I think all the triangle guys are going, so we'll have to find out who has a problem. Might not be anybody. There's only 28 cars in the bottom group. The 3 car. Let's see, 31 is the 7th car. And that is last week's winner. Wally Dallenbach's got the problem. 53. What kind of problems does poor Wally have? What a difference a week makes. Clutch problem, unless he's a pit crew of A. He's not. And we are now in the middle part of the race. He's a C. So it takes a 5 for Wally to stay in the race. And he doesn't get it. First 1 week, 28th, and then next. Wally's out of the race. Everybody will just move up here. In the back group, leaves us with 27 cars running. Wasn't a lucky number 13 for Wally. As we go now to turn 14. Yeah, I think it's a cool touch too. And we got a duel. It'll be the 4-car Earnhardt going after Petty. Kyle Petty, he gets him and gets a chip. Let's see if Kyle can avoid wrecking here. He needs an 8. And he does. We go to turn number 15. And we got a middle group of control and a problem. First, we'll do the control. First one's Terry Labonte. 3-3-2. And Bill holds him off. Here comes Jimmy Sauter with a 3-1-1. Ain't going nowhere with that. Here comes Ted Musgrave in that Jasper's car. Not going nowhere with a 6. Hutch Strickland in that Ray Vestas. 3-1-1 ain't going nowhere. Here comes Mr. Hensley, was outside pole sitter with a 2-3-5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He picked on the wrong guy. Elliott had that double control and holds him off. Here comes DW with a 6, ain't going nowhere. Sterling Marlin trying to get that Maxwell House car up front with a 6, ain't going nowhere. Here comes the guys with the chips. Here comes Davey with the chip. A 6-3-2. He's going to get Bill with his chip. Goes from 11th up to 4th. I'll have to burn the chip though. And here comes Mark Martin with no chip. And a 3-3-5. And he's getting Davey. Davey doesn't stay up in 4th long as Mark gets him. And nobody else with a chip has control. And now we see who has the problem back here in the middle group. So 33. And that is the 3 odd. That's going to be poor Sterling Marlin with a problem. What kind of problem Sterling have? A 25. That's a cooling problem. He'll roll for repair. He's a B, and we're still in the middle part of the race. So it'll take a 7 for Sterling to stay in the race. And he's out of the race with 11. How about that? The 22 car's out of the race. Marlin's going to finish 27th. See who moves up here to the middle group. First up is Derek Cope. Not going nowhere with the 6. Ricky Rudd. Not with a 6. Bobby Hamilton. Not with a 6. 3 6s in a row. And that means Ken Schrader with a 3's moving up. We only got 26 cars running. That was number 1, 2, 5 cars out of the race as we go to turn number 16. Of course, we only started with 31. Here we go, folks. This is a middle group of star in the middle group. First star is Kenny Schrader and that Kodiak Bear. Here, see if this Kodiak Bear can get up front. Not with a 6, he can't. Here's Texas Terry Labonte. He's not going nowhere with 6s. Ted Musgrave with a 2, 4, 6. He gets Kyle Petty, the pole sitter. Goes from 16th up to 5th. Cracks the top 5. And here's Hut Strickland. Not going nowhere with a 6. Here comes the king. Like to see him get up front. Not with a 5, he's not. Here comes Awesome Bill again with a 1, 4, 5. And he gets Ted Musgrave. Ted doesn't stay up in 5th very long. And Davies got 2 stars. Chance to get the lead here. A 4, 4, 3. Bill holds him off, so he'll get another shot at the top group. And a 1, 1, 2. And Earnhardt holds him off without using his chip. And here comes Morgan Shepherd with the chip. With a 3, 1, 5. And he gets Earnhardt to use his chip and make Shepherd burn his. But Morgan gets him, puts that Woods Brothers up to 2nd. How cool would it be to see the Woods Brothers win in Virginia? In Martinsville, Virginia, their home track. Be awesome. All righty. Here's the money stop, the last pit stop of the race, folks. And we got top group, and Harry Gant's got a pit violation. Sure. Everybody will move up and see how many of these guys up here in the top group can get chips for the end of the race. Poor handsome Harry and the Skull Bandit crew screwing up on pit road. Too many men over the wall trying to clean that car up. Okay, let's grab some chips. See what happens here. Jeffrey Bodine's already got a chip. First up is Rick Mast. He needs a 6 to get a chip. He gets her. Morgan needs a 7. He doesn't get it. Mark Martin needs a 9. He gets her done. Bill needs a 10. And the Junior Johnson crew comes through. Kowicki needs a 10. He gets her done. And Jeff needs a 7 to get 2 chips. And he barely gets it, but Bud Moore comes through. And Earnhardt needs an 8 to get a chip. And he gets it done. So the only car that didn't get a chip was poor Morgan Shepherd. See if anybody can beat Rick Mast out of the pits here. Nope, 6-6. Shepherd doesn't get her done. We go to turn number 18, folks. Only 9 more turns to go. We're in the final third of the race. And we got a duel of 9. And that's going to be the 5 cars in the middle group. Terry Labonte and Sauter. And they're both going to go after him. Both of them's got escapes of 11. So first Terry will go after Davey. And he gets him. Puts Davey in a bad spot. But he gets a chip. It's getting late in this race. Here comes Sauter. He needs a 3. He doesn't get it. He's in bad shape here. But like I say, he's got an 11 versus Davey. He needs a 7 not to wreck. And he's all right. And Jimmy Sauter needs anything but boxcars. And he makes it through. We go to turn 19. Hi, Tim. Here we go to turn 19. And we got a bottom group of Control and a Problem versus Handsome Harry. Trying to get out of the rear with the gear after that pit violation. A 3-1-2. And he's going to get Hensley. Go from 26th up to 13th. And Mr. Brett Bodine's up. That Quaker State car. A 2-5-3. And he gets Sauter and goes from 24th up to 16th. Dick Trickle trying to get out of the bottom group here. That Snickers car with a 3-4-3. And he gets Cal Petty. The pole sitter's dropping like a rock. Back to 22nd. And last car with controls, Ricky Rudd with a 4-6-5. And he's going to get his teammate Kenny Schrader. Put Kenny back there in 20th. And now let's see who has the problem, if anybody does. Like you say, there's only 26 cars back there. 46 is the 12 car, so there ain't 12 cars back there. So nobody has a problem. We go to turn 20, 200 miles here at Martinsville. And we got a middle group of Reflex in the middle group. Who's got the Reflex? Derry Cope's got Reflex. 222, he's got a problem. Poor Derek Cope in a Pure Later car. 51, he spins and he'll drop 1 spot. Nice correction, keeps her going. I only lose a spot. It's pretty impressive. Pretty darn impressive, I think. Here's Ricky Rudd, just got up here. Not going nowhere with a 6. Here's Davey with a 4-2-4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Bill holds him off without using his chip. Here comes Trickle with a 6, ain't going nowhere. Hut Strickland with a 3-4-3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jeffrey, he holds him off without using his chip. Handsome Harry with a 4-6-2. And he's gonna not make it. Morgan's got the star there. Burst. Here comes Mr. Waltrip with a 1-6-6. He's going to get the Woods brothers and Morgan Shepherd and go up to 7th. And here's the King trying to get up there with a 3-6-4. And he's going to get DW. DW doesn't stay up in 7th very long. The King gets up into the top 10. And here comes Terry Labonte with the chip. And he rolls triples, 5s. What kind of problems Vortex does Terry and that Sunoco car have? 64. He's got an engine problem. And he is an A, and we are in the last third of the race. Forgot to move somebody up here, and let's do that first. And Kenny moves up, and last third of the race, he's an A with a problem. So it takes a 6 for Terry to stay in the race, and he barely gets it with double threes. Okay, here comes Rusty with a chip. And a 6, he's not going nowhere. And with a 5, he'll use his chip and make Earnhardt burn his. And we'll see who moves up here to the middle group. Derry Cope with the chance to move up. And he does. So right now, that gives Rick Mast another chip. Rick's led 10 turns here after turn 20 was over. Rick Mast dominating them into this race, folks. Got Rick Mast up in front, followed by Mark Martin, Elliott third, Kowicki fourth, Jeffrey Bodine fifth, Earnhardt sixth, Richard Petty seventh, Rusty Wallace eighth, Musgrave ninth, and rounding out the top 10's DW as we make it to turn 21. We got a top group of control and a problem. First, we'll do the control, and it takes a 5 or 6 to get Rick, and he's got those 2 chips. And a 2-3 ain't getting her done. Here's Jeffrey Bodine with 2 chips. And a 1-3. So it's late in the race. He'll burn his 2 chips. And so will Rick. They'll hold him off. And that sets up Alan Kowicki with the chip. Again, it takes a 5 to get him without using it. And a 5-6, Alan's going to get it. Gets the lead here for the first time. On turn 20. Here comes Mr. Elliott with a chip. And Mr. Elliott rolls triples, not what he wanted. Triple 4s, a 13, that's not good. That's a multiple problems. And Bill Elliott is going to finish 26th for the second straight race in a row, if I remember correctly. I think that's where he finished the last race at. Jeez, you Pete. Bill Elliott finishes 26th. Gotta be kidding is right. Triple 4s. Here comes Mark Martin. Again, it takes a 6 to beat Allen without using the chip. And a 2-3. He'll burn his chip and make Allen burn his late in the race. We'll see who moves up here to the top group. First up is Rusty. And Rusty needs a 5. He doesn't move up. Ted Musgrave, is he going to move up? Yes, he is. Ted moves up. See who moves up here to the middle group. Here comes Mr. Hamilton. He moves up. So you got Alan Kowicki in the lead, followed by Mark Martin, Rick Mast, Jeffrey Bodine, Earnhardt 5th, Petty 6th, Musgrave 7th. That's right, we got another problem too. I forgot about that. So let's hold on here. We rolled double, so we got another problem in the top group. And it's the 3-car Jeffrey Bodine. That's the 4th place car, I should say, a 31. And he's got a handling problem. He's a C, and he's going to need a Snake Eyes to stay in the race. And he doesn't. So Jeffrey Bodine, and that Ford of his is going to finish 25th. Now we got to see who else moves up. First up is Rusty again. And Rusty moves up this time. Let's See if Cal Petty can get out of the rear with the gear. And yes, he does. Down to 24 cars still in the race, folks, as we make it to turn 22. And we got a top group of trouble in the final 5 turns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, we got trouble up here, folks. Trouble in the top group. Final 5 turns plus a problem. First, we'll do the trouble. Alan needs a 9 to escape it. He gets an 8. Mark needs an 8. He gets a 9. Mark Martin is involved in a wreck. The yellow flag comes out, folks. Yellow flag is out. Rick Mass needs a 7 to avoid it. And he doesn't. Rick Mass is involved in this one. Earnhardt needs a 10. And he gets a 9. He makes it through. The King needs a 7. And he doesn't get it. So we'll be going to the middle group. We got a big one. We got a big one, folks. Takes a 9 for Ted Musgrave to miss it. He makes it through. Takes a 10 for Rusty to miss it. Rusty misses it. DW will take a 9. He makes it through. Morgan, it takes a 7. He makes it through. Harry needs a 9. He doesn't do it. Harry's involved in the wreck. Here comes Hut. Hut needs an 8 to make it through. He doesn't make it through. Hut's involved in it. Trickle needs a 6. He makes her through. Brett Bodine needs a 9. He makes it through. Davey needs a 7. He makes it through with Snake Eyes. Ricky needs a 9. He makes it through. Kenny needs a 5. And he doesn't make it through, not with that 11. Derek Cope needs a 7. And he barely makes it through. So we won't be going to the bottom group here, folks. And Mr. Hamilton needs a 9. He makes it through. The last one's Cal Petty. And he makes it through with a 6. So we'll move everybody up here. Okay, first car is Kenny Schrader. We are in the last third of the race. Kenny needs a 5 to stay in the race. And that's not happening. The 25 car will finish 24th. And Hut needs a 4 to stay in the race. He doesn't get it. The 12 car will finish 23rd. Here's Handsome Harry. He needs a 7. And he gets it. Handsome Harry's going to stay in the race. And the King needs a 5. And King's going to finish 22nd. Can't get that STP car fixed. It's a shame he's out of this race here at Martinsville. No grandfather clock for him. And Rick Mass is going to need a 5 also. And he doesn't get it. Rick will finish 21st. And the last car is going to be Mark Martin. And he's going to need a 6 to stay in the race. And he doesn't. Mark Martin's going to finish 20th. So we have no bottom group now, folks. And that takes us to turn 25. We'll be getting a green flag with 2 turns to go. 2 turns to go as Alan Kowicki will be leading us to the green flag here. And we got a top group of smart. Who's smart up here? Morgan Shepherd smart. Love to see him get the lead here. Now Woods Brothers takes a 6 to get Allen. And a 3-5. He came close, but no cigar. Rusty Wallace with a shot at the lead here. And a 3-6. Rusty, the king of the short tracks this year. Rusty's got 4 wins, folks. He gets the lead here on turn 25. Rusty, if he hadn't fallen out of so many races, he'd be up there in the points. Here comes Mr. Ted Musgrave. It takes a 4 to get Rusty. And a 3-4. Ted Musgrave gets the lead here, folks. How about that? The 55 car gets the lead here on turn 25. And Earnhardt with a shot at it. And it takes a 5 or a 6 to get Ted. And a 5-6. Earnhardt gets the lead here on turn 25. They're going at it here at Martinsville on the next to last lap. Here we go, folks. White flag is out. White flag is out. Yeah, Doug, way to go, Rusty. It didn't last long as I thought. Like I say, I thought Rusty might get his 5th win, but it ain't over yet. White flag is out. Here we go. Can Earnhardt hold them off? It's going to be a middle group of TV, so he will win this race. Only TV driver in the middle group is Ernie. Of course, you can't have double TV, so he doesn't have a shot at the lead. And a 6, he ain't going nowhere, and that is your race, folks. The checkered flag is out. Dale Earnhardt wins the first race of the year for him here at Martinsville. He only led the last 2. Well, no, he led some there, 7 through 10 earlier. But he gets the job done. He gets another grandfather clock. It's been a rough year for Earnhardt. So Earnhardt in that 3 car wins the race in a Chevy. Ted Musgrave in a Ford. A Jasper's Ford. Nice race by Musgrave. Had the lead near the end there. How about that, folks? Good driving by Ted. Finishes 2nd. Finishing 3rd in a Pontiac. All these cars up here, Ford, Pontiac, and Chevy, is Rusty. He finishes 3rd. Kowicki finishes 4th. He'll increase his points lead. Poor Harry Ganton, Bill, and Labonte, none of them had very good finishes. Kowicki's starting to pull away with the points here. Only 5 races to go after this one. DW with a nice finish here at Martinsville. DW has won quite a few grandfather clocks in his day. And Morgan Shepherd and the Woods Brothers makes it into the top 10. Nice race for Shepherd. Dick Trickle, nice race for Dick. In that Snickers car. Brett Bodine in that Quaker State Kenny Bernstein Ford. He finishes 8th. Davey Allison, another top 10 finish. Quiet race for Davey, but he finishes 9th. And Ricky Rudd finishes 10th. And in the 10 car, Derek Cope finishes 11th. And Bobby Hamilton in that 68 car, he finishes 12th. He's the first Oldsmobile. And finishing 13th is Cal Petty. And Ernie Irvin will finish 14th. How about Jimmy Sauter? He finishes 15th in that 89. Finishing 16th is Dale Jarrett. Really didn't talk about him much today in that 18 car. Jimmy Hensley, the outside pole sitter, finishes a disappointing 17th. Like I say, here's two guys in the top 4 in points not having a good day. Terry Labonte finishes 18th in that 94. Oldsmobiles just wasn't running good today, and Harry Gant and his Oldsmobile finishes 19th. That's the last car still running. There you go, folks. I want to thank Doug, John, Tim, Frank, Tim Tribe Fan, and Frank for stopping by here tonight, and Tim D for stopping by. Hope y'all enjoyed this race. Yeah, it was a good finish. Oh, thank you, John. Yeah, exactly. Fun while it lasted, Doug, with Rusty. Yep. I think it was an exciting race too, Tim. Thank you, John. Yeah, it was a good finish. Oh, you're welcome, Tim. You take care too, bud. Yeah, I still play History Maker Golf. It's been a while, John. I love the game. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome, Doug. Did you get any of the bundle stuff or anything, John? Yeah, I was thinking about getting the I got the old time greats already, but I was thinking of when the 75 anniversary all time greats of NASCAR comes out, getting everything at one time there. Yep. Alrighty, folks. Thanks for joining us. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for reminders. And on your way out of Martinsville, Virginia, and you're stuck in that traffic, hit that like button and leave some comments. Until next time, you all take care and have a great evening.